What is up, folks? Okay, so I love parks. Okay, so I might end up walking through this, but I think it's a little too late. But today I have the Churchill. It was too late to obviously grab a cigar from a cigar store, so Churchills are okay. But I want to talk a little bit about parks. Okay, so the first federal parks were really instigated by Teddy Roosevelt. And the reason that he started establishing them is the end of the frontier. The end of the frontier really was an interesting thing to the psyche of Americans. We really underestimate how much the frontier is within the blood of Americans in the founding of America. Like, my family, we came to the Midwest during when highwaymen still ran a lot of the Midwest and there were still natives here, and technically my family was squatters, or at least the initial settlers of Ohio. They came before the War of 1812 near Cincy. And another chunk of my family came while America wasn't even thought of as a distinct nationality, or colonials were creating their own culture. Technically, they came in the 1630s. So the idea of the frontier closing was really scary to a lot of people. I understand it. And I think that's part of the reason America started investing in colonies, because there was no one to really subdue the psyche of Americans, and the wars, and the psychology of people just constantly in conflict, and finding new lands and starting farms. Along with that, the parks were really started because the buffalo started becoming a lot more rare. In fact, Oregon, I heard, was 50% federally owned. Now that comes into a different kind of conflict, and this is a non-political channel, so I don't feel like going into that subject. Excuse me. Yeah, so parks were started in the early 20th century, because they were started really, as I said, when the frontier was closing. It's a very unique history that you can only find in colonial countries. As I said, the psyche of Americans is to go out and conquer and build new, the Faustian culture, as they like to say in some circles. It's a very interesting thing. I would like to go more detail, but this is all just top of my head right now. And I'm pretty sure I hurt myself at the gym, going a little too heavy, but tomorrow I'll either feel it or I won't feel it, so that's a plus. But I figured I'd throw out a little bit of fun facts on my channel. So guys, Churchill's decent. National parks depends on who you are, but yeah, make sure to visit them. At least if you're paying taxes, you might as well visit them. I plan on going to Yellowstone or some western ones soon, as living in the Midwest doesn't have too many national parks. But fun fact for you, the dunes in Indiana are about to become federal parks. So that's pretty cool. I'll start you know, I'm paying taxes for it. Might as well go visit them. So, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, spread it. If you can spread it if you want, because this is really unthought. And it was just a spur of the moment hearing about Teddy Roosevelt and how he ran for a different party, the Bull Moose Party. So, yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and spread it if you like my bullshit. Okay, see you guys.